Phonological awareness involves work with rhymes, syllables, onsets, and rhymes. Rhyming words, words that sound the same. Syllables, very important because our words are polysyllabic. May mga words tayo like the Ilocano words ang haba kasi talagang gino-join. So it's very important that they know how to detect the number of syllables in a word. The beginning sound. What's the beginning sound of sun? What's the beginning sound of moon? And rhyme, the ending syllable. Cat, mat, hat, fat has different onsets, but they have the same rhyme. Okay. And my dear administrators, please tell your teachers to differentiate phonological awareness from alphabet sound. Kapag wala pang pinapakitang print, phonological awareness yon. Kasi tenga lang ang tinitrain. Kapag meron ng this is letter M and the sound is alphabet knowledge na yon. Okay. So sa una, wala mo muna. Parang game lang yon. The beginning reading experts would say 7 minutes a day. Grade 1 teacher ako, alam ko 3 minutes lang. Marami nang magastos na sa boses yon. So, game lang. What's the beginning sound of medal? Sasagot ang mga bata. What's the beginning sound of can? What's the beginning sound of sack? So nakikinig lang sila, nadidetect na nila yung tunog. Later, phonemic awareness, they begin to notice, to think about, and work with the individual sounds in spoken words. Ito nga individual sounds in spoken words. Yung sabi ko kahapon na tinanong ko ang bata, tunugin ang mga titik sa salitang puto. Pa-u, tao, sabi ko patay. Mali yung turo ng teacher, kaya yung tunog ng titik hindi nagiging cue ng bata in reading a word. Listen to your teacher sound the letters. It's not abacada, la, but it's it's l, it's, and so on. Mayroon ng tape ngayon where they can listen to the sounds of the letters. And please, if we are preparing the children for reading in the mother tongue and in Filipino, they can sound both the consonants and the vowels. A, E, I, O, U. But if you are preparing them now for reading in English, don't give them the lesson on sounding the vowels in isolation. You don't say this is letter A and the sound is A. This is letter E and the sound is E. It's not really correct. Because pagdating nila sa long A, hindi na A ang tunog, hindi na E ang tunog. Kapag tinuruan mo in isolation na ito ay A, ito ay E, pag nag-aral na sila ng long vowel words at binasa nila yon ng lane, mane, bake, kake, tama siya, mali ang turo ng teacher. Diba? Kasi na-generalize niya ato sa ka-e ang tunog nito. Kaya kake, bake, instead na cake and bake. So sa English, mali yung workbooks ng unang tinuturo, the sounds of the vowels. Kasi magiging mali ang generalization ng bata. How do we develop phonological awareness? As I said, poem recitation by the whole class, by groups, by individual pupils. Sorry repetitive ako para lang talaga. Rhyme detection, syllable detection, and explicit teaching. When you now teach in grade 1 a short poem, then you now explicitly teach rhyming words. Do they rhyme? So, hat, cat. Do they rhyme? Man, mug. Do they rhyme? Mga ganon. How many syllables? What's the beginning sound? What's the ending sound? Detecting the onset. Mga bata, pakinggan ang mga sinasabi kong salita. Ano ang umpisang tunog ng salitang mais? Ng salitang sawa? Ng salitang bata? At medyo talagang see to it that the formation of the lips would make the children listen to the sound well. Ano ang huling tunog ng salitang gatas, patatas, and so on? Book and print knowledge. Knowing and being acquainted with books and how print works. So, when you read a story or when the teacher reads a story, he holds the book with the right side up. You don't necessarily teach the children, this is how you handle a book. But you model to them how the book is held. Hindi pa ganon. Hindi pa ganon, no? They identify the parts of a book. A book has a front and a back cover, and it has pages. Knowing that a book has an author and an illustrator, and telling the children what an author and an illustrator do. Knowing where a story begins. So, hindi pwedeng patalikod ka sa bata at hinahanap mo ang page where the story begins. In front of them, you flip the pages of the book. So, they know na, hindi pa yan. Hirap naman ng book na to. Ewan. Okay. So, yon. Eto na ang umpisa ng kwento. Hindi na. Okay. Mamaya na. Okay. Knowing where a story begins, flipping the pages of a book sequentially from the front to the back. And that's why, tinanong ako minsan ng taga-Basa Pilipinas, hindi naman yung big book na yan talagang big book. Ang definition kasi ng big book, the lines are repetitive, yung pang shared reading, repetitive, rhythmic, and ano yung isa? Repetitive, rhythmic, and predictable. Hindi to. Kaya lang, nung nag-umpisa tong big book ng Adarna, nung ginagawa namin yung Bright Minds Read, ewan ko kung alam nyo yun, yung sa McDonald's. Ginawa namin yun ni Dr. Hermosa, and we said, 70 children in a class, hindi pwede ang regular sized book. So we asked McDonald's to produce big books. And from that time on, nakitang effective nga ang malaking size na book. So we have been producing, or Adarna has been producing big books. Making the correct return sweep. Return sweep means, that's why you track the storyline from left to right. When you reach the end of the first line, you go back to the left side and you read again from left to right. Makikita nyo ang mga mata ng bata nagaganon din. So, hindi mo na i-develop ang directional knowledge. Alam na nila. When you read a storybook, you communicate to the children that you look at the left page first before looking at the right page. Kasi kung walang picture ang left page, minsan di tinitingnan ng bata. Now they would know that you would always look at the left page before looking at the right page. Making one-to-one correspondence between written and spoken words. Telling that print in the form of words corresponds to speech. And recognizing that print messages represent spoken language and convey meaning. Yung kindergarten na bat, Teacher Feli, nakakahalata ako. Pag ang nakapoint the, ang sinasabi mo rin the. Obvious ba? So they know that the printed form and what you say are the same. So book and print knowledge. How I just wish that every classroom will have storybooks to read. Saan kayang galing? Sino ditang taga Cebu at Tagalaw yun, at Tagalawag. Yun ang mga mahal ng basa Pilipinas kasi sila yung sinuplayan ng ganitong books. Kaya kinukulit ko ang basa. Sabi ko, bakit ang Bicol hindi mo mahal? Taga-roon ako. Sabi niya, hindi pa daw. Baka sa next na funding ng USAID. Okay. So, a teacher models book handling behaviors. And it would be nice if there is a father who is a carpenter in the grade 1 and the kindergarten class. Kasi madali silang lambingin na igawa ng ganitong book holder. Para free ang kamay ng teacher na mag-point ng lines. Hindi masyadong malinaw. Parang yung easel type na book holder. I remember a comment from a grade 1 teacher. Sabi niya, Teacher Feli, pwede palang maupo habang nagtuturo. Sabi ko, bakit naman hindi? Bawal po sa school namin ang maupo habang nagtuturo. Sabi ko, kung nakaupo ka sa likod, sa teacher's table, bawal talaga yon. Pero kung nagtuturo ka at gusto mong eye level ng batang libro, maupo ka. Kasi kung nakatayo ka, mapapagod ang mga batang tumingin sa'yo. So, yon. Okay, I showed this yesterday. Then alphabet knowledge. The ability to recognize, to name, to sound out all the upper and lowercase letters of the alphabet. Each letter of the alphabet has a name. So we teach the name of each letter. This is letter A, this is letter B, this is letter C. Every letter of the alphabet has an upper and a lower case, or the big and the small letter. Every letter of the alphabet is written in a certain way, and each letter of the alphabet has a distinct sound. So, 4 yung itinuturo natin in connection with alphabet knowledge. The name, the upper and the lower case, how to write each letter, and the sound of each letter. A beginning reader should be able to do the following. He or she should be able to identify all the letters of the alphabet. Singing the alphabet song would help. And every day na itinuturo mo yan, may mariretain dyan sa kindergarten children. They should be able to name each letter in any order sa alphabet. They should be able to sound each letter if teaching reading in the mother tongue or in Filipino, and sound each consonant if teaching reading in English. But please, don't teach the children, these are vowels and these are consonants. Bakit ba tinites pa ang bata? Is it a vowel or a consonant? So tuloy yung pamangkin ko umuwi, Mama, galing siya sa nursery class. Mama, pinag-aralan po namin ngayon vowels and coconuts. Anak, hindi ata yan coconuts. Baka consonants. Hindi po. A, E, I, O, and U are vowels. The rest are coconuts. Sabi ko, ito naman kasing teacher na to, technical terms are for us, not for the children. You don't tell them these are short A words. These are vowel digraphs. These are consonant blends. Atin yung terms na yon. Walang pakialam doon ng bata. Basta nababasa niya. Tuloy, hindi namin makorek because the kinder teacher is always right. So, anak, reading teacher si auntie, hindi talaga yan coconuts, consonants. Hindi po. Sabi ng teacher ko, vowels and coconuts. Hindi naman siguro ganun ang sabi ng teacher. Ganun lang ang dinig niya. Pero nobody can correct her. So, ang ano na lang yun, don't teach the children technical terms. Nasa lesson guide yon, para sa atin lang yon. They should be taught to match the upper with the lowercase letters. They should be taught to write all the letters of the alphabet, both the upper and the lowercase. They should be taught to give the letter that begins or ends the name of a given object or picture, and they should be taught to identify the letters in given words. Inaantok na ko kagabi. Tingnan nyo ang numbering ko. Okay. And hand in hand with teaching them the letter name is the writing of the letter form. The ability to form letters, manuscript muna pag kindergarten, grade 1, and first semester ng grade 2. They are taught the cursive style, second semester of grade 2. Guidelines in teaching the letter names. Learning the letters need not necessarily be in alphabetical order. It need not start with letter A. Always present pictures whose names start with a target letter, object or picture, because this is the start of vocabulary development. Let them read with you the names. Draw their attention to the beginning letter and let them read this. Write both the upper and the lowercase letters. So pag ang lesson mo letter M, nakalagay sa bulletin board ang mga pictures at nakalagay ang names na naka-highlight ang M. But they don't necessarily read those words. Kung meron lang batang nakakatingin because kaya madali nilang mabasa ang environmental prints kasi araw-araw nakikita nila yung pangalang Jollibee, McDonald's, so nababasa nila. Ganun din sa classroom. If every day they see those words, may mga incidental learning na mangyayari. They should be able to write both the upper and the lower case. So for example, talk about objects or pictures whose names start with a particular letter, letter M. Yun, meron ako ditong larawan ng manok, mais, melon, mangga, mani. Vocabulary development is integrated with alphabet recognition. The examples, this is important. The examples given should start with a single letter, not a blend. Kapag ang lesson mo ay letter P, if possible, huwag kang magbigay ng sample na prutas kasi pag tinunog yan ng bata, purutas. Kaya may mga bata tayong SS, school. Kasi sinasound nila ang individual consonant. So dapat single consonant ang umpisa. Integrate the recognition of letters to writing them. And integrate letter recognition with other subject disciplines. Pag mahirap nilang matandaan ang letter F, yun, during art, meron kang eggshell, meron kang model ng F, papapaste mo doon, or papakulayan yung F. That's integration now of art and alphabet learning. Music, using ABC, meron pang mga yung song na meron pang sounding ng letters. During PE, they march around the letter cards, and when the music stops, then you say, hop on letter M, hop on letter F. So meron ng music, merong PE, at merong mastery ng letters. Okay. Some observations on writing or handwriting. The ability to write legibly is dependent on the development of the child's fine motor skills. Fine muscles. Kapag lampa ang fine muscles, talagang pangit pa ang writing ng bata. And I noticed that there is a difference. Ewan ko kung na-notice nyo. In the study, yun ng dissertation ko, I looked at the lower middle class children and I looked at the middle class children. Ang lower middle class children, at age 3, firm na ang strokes. Maitim na ang naggagawa nilang guhit. Ang middle class and worse, ang upper middle class, grade 1 na, they hardly make a mark on paper. Why? Nang i-observe ko sa mga bahay nila, ang lower middle class children, dahil walang yaya, habang naglalaba ang nanay, gapang lang ng gapang yung bata doon sa katabi ng nanay. Sila ang nag-hold ng kanilang tsupon. Sila ang nag-hold ng kanilang baso. Sila ang sumusubo sa sarili nila. So pagdating nila sa school at age 5, meron ng dexterity, meron ng precision, magaling na ang fine motor. Ang middle class, doon lang sa kuna, gumagapang ang bata kasi ang feeling ng nanay lahat dirty. So doon lang. Tapos, mayroong tagahawak ng tsupon. Hinahabol-habol pa para subuan. Pagdating sa school, lampa pa ang kamay. So nang nag-parenting seminar ako, sabi ng parents, Teacher Feli, pagagapangin pa ba namin ngayon? Hindi na, meron na kaming exercises sa school. Pero ang sunod mong anak, pagapangin mo para hindi na mahirap ang writing ability. Yon. Fine muscle development. Very important sa handwriting. Reversals of letters and words are still common before age 8. Huwag kayong matakot kung nababaliktad pa ang F, kung nababaliktad pa ang G. They are normal until age 8. So, I walked you through the domains. Look how a kindergarten or a beginning grade 1 class would look. First hour in the morning, there should be sharing activities. News sharing, nursery rhymes, poem recitation, songs, and show and tell. In order to develop oral language, phonological awareness. Then the teacher reads or tells a story to the children to develop positive attitude towards language, literature, and literacy. Then there is story discussion to develop listening comprehension. Then there is direct instruction on the letters of the alphabet to develop alphabet knowledge. So please take note when you go around and observe their classes, look for this. So that before they go to grade 1, they have developed already the prerequisite skills for learning to read. Ito yung prerequisites. Don't tell them not to be in a hurry. Parents would say, bakit hindi pa nagbabasa ang anak ko? Ma'am, matagal pong ihanda. Pero po, pag handang-handa with all these skills, reading would be fun and reading would be faster. So look for these activities in the literacy classroom. Okay. And with that, pag-i-snack na kayo, Diyos mabalos. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much.